Jim Chalmers, can I ask you while we're here on cost of living, will you apologise to the people of Australia tonight for having your government having said that energy prices would come down by $275 when, in actual fact, average prices, according to the Financial Review, are at least $500 more than what they were at that time? So you said $275. Will you apologise to the people of Australia?
I take responsibility for all of the decisions that we've taken in our budgets.
So you will apologise?
Including the fact that energy bills last year were $300 cheaper because of our energy rebates that Angus didn't support. Energy bills would have been higher last year if he had had his way. Now, over the weekend, the OECD said that Australia has the lowest energy inflation in the developed world.
But that's now it's not what it's been like for the past few years.
The last year of CPI data, inflation data, says that electricity prices went down in 2024, and that's largely because of our energy bill rebates that he didn't support, but not entirely because.
But the people at home, like that, you can say that inflation's coming. That's not prices coming down. The prices are still high from where they were. You know, it might have come off a little bit, but the prices are still up there. So what I'm saying is, will you look down the barrel of the camera and apologise for that? Because is that something you should do? Because again, that was a promise that was not fulfilled.
Well, the 275 figure that you're referring to from the modelling in 2021 predated two important developments. The first one was Angus intervened to hide a big price rise before the last election. We didn't know about that when we talked about that modelling. And the second thing is there's been a major land war in Eastern Europe, which has caused a global spike in energy inflation. Now, despite that, Australia now has, according to the OECD, the lowest energy inflation in the developed world. And that's because we're doing two things. Okay. We're helping people
Ross,
with bills now.
If I may, Jim will look for an excuse for everything. He will look for an excuse for everything. Labor promised 97 times that electricity prices would come down by $275. And the excuses are across the board. You know, it's Vladimir Putin, it's President Xi, it's Donald Trump. It's Cyclone Alfred. Yeah, he'll use them all. But the one thing he won't do is accept that people who are promised a $275 reduction in my electorate and in those areas we just heard from a moment ago are $1,300 a year worse off than was promised by
that's
Labor.
A made-up number
that is
that's a made-up number two. Ross, they're $300 better off last year on their electricity bills because of our energy rebates that you opposed.
Okay.